Yeah. So let me just check. Alright, just let me know.
No.
Right?
Yeah.
You there?
Yes.
Okay, fine.
Yes. So we are live.
Alright.
Okay.
So hi guys. First of all, sorry for the delay. There was some technical issue, but no problem. We got around 80 to 90 people. First of all, thank you for coming. Let me just introduce myself and introduce what this session is all about. Okay. So first, let me just do a small audio check. So HST, my voice is clear, right? For you?
Yes, it's
Okay,
audible,
cool.
Swaraj.
So, good evening, everyone. My name is Swaraj Samant, and I'm a student of Symbiosis Institute of Digital and Telecom Management. I'm from the first year, and I'm a fresher. And my fellow panelist here, Itishri, if you can introduce yourself.
Thank you, Swaraj.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. My name is Itishri Lakhanpal. I am currently pursuing MBA at Symbiosis Institute of Digital and Telecom Management. And I am a chemical engineer. And post that, I have around 3 years of work experience in chemical domain. So today we are here to discuss the most important topic of how to plan your last 30 days. We would also like to love to answer all your queries regarding the same. And also, we would like to thank you all for joining us. Right, Suraj?
Yes, it is true. Now, what we're gonna do, right? So this is what I can say, a directed webinar. We are not keeping it open source because the whole purpose of the webinar is to guide you regarding what you should do regarding the SNAP exam if you are just starting from today. Okay, so you got 30 days, and what plans and strategies that you can apply, that is what this session is going to revolve upon. So at any point of time, if you have any queries or doubts, you can just ask in the comment section. We will be reading each and every question, and on the go we'll try to answer them. Okay, now what we will be doing is I will be like taking you through the pattern first, explaining you like what sections we have this year, how much weightage we have, and after that maybe we can start on the planning, right? Okay, so if you can give me just, meanwhile, Itishri, can you just give them a short intro about the college?
Sure,
Yeah.
Swaraj. So, SIDTM has been established since 1996. We have three specializations that are marketing and finance, then analytics and finance, and systems and finance. And we have an alumni base of 2,300 plus. And we are a pioneer in the field of telecom domain. So, apart from that, Swaraj will be going ahead with the snap pattern. So, I would like to also describe about snap. So, according to me, snap is one of a kind of a paper which is very student friendly, and it always gives one advantage every year. Like for example, in our year, the GK section was removed. So in this year, you guys have to attempt you guys have 2 attempts to score the maximum amount of marks you can. So yeah, so you can work on your advantages and follow the tips and tricks we are going to share in this session.
Alright guys, so let me just take you through the quick overview of the sections. So we have three main sections. First would be the verbal part, so it can be overall as journal English, reading comprehension, verbal reasoning, and verbal ability. It has 15 questions, each will have a weightage of 1 mark. Okay, second is analytical and logical reasoning. It will have 25 questions and 1 mark each as well. And the final section is quantitative data interpretation and data sufficiency, which will have which will have 20 marks. Okay, also with 1 mark each for the weightage. Every wrong answer you do from any of the sections, you will be deducted minus 0.25 marks. Okay, now one big takeaway from this exam would be that, or if you have seen other exams and if you try to compare it to snap, you realize that even though from the last years the level of difficulty might be a less, but this is a very short exam, right? It is just 1 hour compared to cat, which is almost 3 to 4 hours. Okay, so here every question that you attempt has to be done very fast. Okay, and even if the question is easy, the test of time gets the better of you. So if you are planning to do snap preparations from now, okay, you have to make sure that each and every topic which might come, has to be properly evaluated and practiced by you. Okay, that has to be taken care of. Alright, so what next what I'm going to do is I will go through one section and I will tell you the topics which often are like the questions from the particular topics which are oftenly asked in the previous year snap papers. Okay, so let me just go to the verbal section, and before that, if there are any queries, let me just answer meanwhile. Alright, also Itishri, if there is any query, you can also like let me know, because I'm currently on the PPT screen.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So there was one query regarding from Ria, that what are the changes in this time's snap. So I think you have already covered that, right?
Yeah. So any other questions?
All right. You can go ahead then, Swaraj, about the important topics.
Yeah, just give me 1 minute here. Yeah. Let me just give you a quick sort of approximation of all the topics that are usually asked from the verbal section. Okay. So in the verbal we have, and give me 1 minute. So in the verbal we have the fact-based RCs or RCs. Now RCs are reading
Swaraj,
comprehensions.
your screen is not visible. Sorry to interrupt, but your screen is not visible. Yeah, now it is.
It's visible. Okay, yeah. Sorry for that. So basically, let me
yes,
just
yes.
So taking you through the topics which are commonly asked in the verbal section. So first off, we have the RCs. Okay, these are the reading comprehensions. Now RCs will take a lot of your time. Okay, and this is a problem because you have say 15 questions for verbal, and probably you should try to attempt it like less than 15 or 10 minutes. So what you should do here is you have 30 days, right? So in this 30 days, try to read as much as you can. If you're using in shorts, don't do that. Okay, whenever you get a news, like whenever you're trying to read anything, try to open that link and read the whole news. Okay, have a method of reading each and every blog that you find on internet. Not only it will like help you in GK, but it also help you in the comprehension skills and might also prepare you for reading fast. Okay, so that is one thing. Second is vocab. Okay, vocabs are something that has a lot of, that has a high frequency of questions. Okay, there are vocab questions asked over the years. So what you can do here is you have to look for sources where you can find lots of new and lots of difficult words. Okay, now Itishri, if can you just tell them about the different sources from where they can find vocab, or sources that can help them when building their vocabulary?
Sure. Yes, Faraj. Before that, there is a question by Jenny Mehta that can we change sections? So yes, Jenny, we can change the sections. Okay, I'll go ahead with the sources. So for verbal, you can, as Swaraj very well said, that create a habit of reading the whole newspaper and not in shorts apps. So as to get an idea of the whole topic. So you can visit pages of Aeon magazines, then medium.com, and you can also, practice few words from Word Power Made Easy by Norman Lewis. Then Merriam-Webster is also a good source, so you can try the quizzes there. The quizzes will help you retain the meanings of those words. Along with that, try finding apps from Google Play Store that will help you revise your words with the help of mnemonics. It actually helps during your preparation. Along with that, you can, in your free time, like you might be stressed while preparing the whole day for your exams. So create a habit of reading books like Animal Farm, 1982. Create a habit of reading books of good authors and improve your vocabulary through them. So these are basically the sources that will definitely help you to improve your vocab scores.
Okay guys, there's some confusion. Screen is not visible. There are many people asking me. Alright, cool. So you guys are not being able to see your PPT. Okay guys, there is no PPT. We just have made some notes. And as far as the screen part, if you are not able to see either me or Itishri, just let me know. And there is no PPT going in the background. Okay, if that was the question. Alright, cool. Any other questions, Itishri, which are coming right
now? Okay, the screen was, okay. Just a second.
Yeah guys, the PPT part has been cleared. Yeah, so just saying it again, there is no PPT. We just we have made some notes, and we have noted down the topics which are appearing very frequently in the previous year snap papers. Okay, so we are just trying to
Yes,
give you an advice. Okay, these topics might come, so prepare for that. All right, so there is no PPT. In case
absolutely.
the cameras are not visible, please let us know. All right, cool.
So I'll go ahead with
Hmm.
analytics and logical reasoning, the important topics that you can focus upon. Can I go ahead, Swaraj?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So the important topics that you can cover maybe coding, decoding, puzzles, blood relations, then directions. So I would like to recommend that this is the most scoring section, as you can quickly solve the answers and get to the right answer. So for LRDI, I would for LR basically I would recommend you to solve past year papers. Then when you are solving the past year papers or any kind of mocks, then do focus on your strength. Try, since we all know that there is no sectional timer, then you can use this to your advantage and make strategies to score as much as possible in the logical reasoning part. So make strategies and try to score as much as possible. Also, when you are giving the mocks, try to analyze them and also revise them the other day. Like, write your answers where you got stuck, write the questions where you got stuck on, and then maybe after a day or so make a habit of going back to that question and revising your concepts. This will actually help you in performing better in a pressurized situation.
Alright, I'll just take
So
some
yeah.
frequent questions which are coming up. Okay, so people, you guys are asking what is a good score for Snap or what's a good score for so and so college. Alright, guys, like I understand, like having one score in mind can help you in preparation, but unfortunately, what happens now? So, Snap is a percentile based exam, so the cutoff can vary on the level of difficulty, and that changes every year. Okay, so depending upon what the level of difficulty will be this year for Snap and what kind of questions will be there and how do people perform, all these factors will tell us what a particular cutoff can be. Alright, and since even the pattern has changed, it is also impossible for us to even predict what can the cutoff be. So my advice would be just aim for the highest marks you can get right now, because no one knows what the cutoff is. Okay, the pattern has changed and also the difficulties might change, so be prepared. All right. Yes, Idesha, you can
Okay,
continue.
so many people, yes, many people are
Hmm.
asking, like Prishveen, Sayan Roy, that is there any sectional cutoff? No, there is no sectional cutoff. That's what the best part of Snap is. You can score as much as possible with your strong areas. So no, there is no sectional cutoff for Snap.
Oh, okay, cool. So VARC topics. Can you answer that, Itishri?
Yes, VRC topics. Okay, so the important topics for VRC can be the obvious one is RCs, wherein if you understand the passage, you can answer like 2 to 3 questions there and then. Then idioms and analogies. Yeah, so the strategy for VA section can be that either you know the answer or you don't know the answer. So maybe you can devote less time in VA section and then focus on your areas of strength in quants as well as in logical reasoning section. So yes, synonyms and antonyms are expected in VA, so do practice them. Then active passive voice and focus on your grammar. So again, as I suggested, this grammar improvement can be achieved only by reading. So do read as much as possible.
Also, guys, just a small
Yes,
personal
Suraj, you can take
advice.
it up.
Yeah, just a personal advice. I will try to recommend you all. Try to also see different applications that help you in studies. Okay, don't just limit yourself to books or YouTube videos, but there are like many applications which helps in verbal and cons. Like I'll just give you one example. There was this app called Word Up, okay, and it was free when I studied for Snap, and it is still free, so you can check it out. Now what Word Up did is it used to personalize your vocabulary. Okay, so it used to give you a set of words which you don't know, and it used to also give an image of the word, a pop culture reference of that word, and a historical reference of the word. So that is how the word gets imprinted in your brain. So this is how you should try to explore different ways and techniques of studies. Alright, so only way of getting ahead of the curve is like finding new ways of how you can try to accumulate knowledge in this short period of time. Okay, so this is also very important. Cool. All right. Any other questions,
So,
Itishri?
yes, Swaraj. So Arunima Sharma is asking, can I leave the complete general English section in the exams, since there is no sectional cutoff? So Arunima, we would recommend not only for English, for cons and LR. Yes, you can switch sections, but it will not be feasible to, completely avoid that section, because we don't know what the level of difficulty might be of each and every section. So what if you left the simple questions in the general English section, and the others are getting an edge over you because they are scoring more marks in English rather than in the tough section of, suppose if LR is a bit moderate or difficult this year. So
Okay.
I would suggest to balance your strategy, make your strategy definitely, but balance it in a way that you are scoring the maximum positives there.
Okay, Trishwin Kaur is asking, is para jumping part of the syllabus? Yes, Trishwin, para jumping has been asked oftenly in previous year's SNAP paper, and there is a high possibility it's going to be asked this year as well. All right, so do prepare accordingly. Okay, is there more questions? Can I? Okay, that's.
Yes. So one
Hmm.
one was how
Okay,
to prepare for. Yeah, go
there
ahead.
are many people who want the name of the app, so I'll type the application. And also don't limit, this is just one of the many examples I gave you. Okay, there are many applications
Yes.
on, like, for free on Play Store or even on the internet, which you can approach and see how it will help you. Okay, this is just one of them, and
Yes.
do explore. All right, I'm just typing the name in the
Even
chat
there
box.
was an app, Swaraj, known as Volt, VOLT.
Okay.
So maybe you can try that as well.
Okay, any other questions do we have, or should we move on to the next section?
Okay, so ideally, yeah, Pushkar Ingle is asking, ideally, how many days are required to prepare for SNAP after CAT? So, Pushkar, I would like to suggest that since only few days are left, so it would be better, you have already prepared for CAT and other exams, right? So I am guessing that you might be having some or the other basic knowledge of all the topics. So days does not matter this time. Basically, now is the time for strategizing. Now is the time for revision. So instead of preparing, do strategize your attempt for SNAP as well as for other exams.
All right, now let's just move on to the topics under verbal ability. Wait a minute. Let's just move on to the topics under the logical reasoning part, right? Or should we go for the cons first?
Logical is covered. Swaraj, quantitative,
All right,
would you
cool,
like to
cool.
attempt?
Yeah. So, guys, so what we'll do now is there are some topics which are commonly asked for the previous year SNAP paper under the quant section. So I will just take you through those topics. So what we have here is arithmetic. Okay. Then the number theory, we have geometry, mensuration, and trigonometry. We have simplification, where you will be given a linear or a quadratic equation and you will be asked to simplify that. Okay, then we have basic algebra, we have probability and also permutations and combinations. We will have the Venn diagrams and set programs. Okay, they can also come as puzzles, so be prepared. We have table based set, we have pie chart based set, and also we have the data interpretation and data sufficiency problems, which will take a lot of time, so prepare accordingly for that as well. Also, one small tip I would like to give you, right now, this is a very small exam. Okay, and every question you attempt will give you the same amount of marks. Okay, so there is no special no special weightage or no special questions, right? So the personal advice or the smartest thing to do is don't try to waste your time into something you're not sure of answering. Okay, right here for SNAP, the best strategy would be trying to get the highest accuracy rather than highest attempts. Okay, and like, this is something that's obviously open-ended, but this is a very generic advice. You might come from CAT and you might be very strong in cons, but if, let's say, you're a general person who just started studying right now, okay, you haven't given CAT, you haven't given any other exam, and you're just starting preparing for SNAP from right today, so you have to think accordingly. Okay, which topics can be covered under 30 days, which topics are easy, which topics will take less times, and which topics are worth investing your time into. Okay, because again, let me repeat, there are no special questions and each and every question will carry the same marks. Got it? So try to plan that way. Okay, now that I've said the topics under quants, Itishri, is there any questions coming up for that? Hello?
Hello, yes. Am I audible?
Yeah, you were audible. Are there any new questions coming up for quants?
Yes. So there was a question. From Arunima Sharma, can I score good in exam if I start from today? So would you like to answer this question, Swaraj?
Yeah, so this is basically what this session is all about, Arunima. Like 30 days is actually very, very adequate if you're starting to study Snap. Okay, now is your question like if you are a person who have been appearing for CAT exam, then yes, your half of the studies have already been done. But even if you're someone who is just starting studying, yes, 30 days are more than enough. Like the topics or the level of questions which are asked in Snap are basically will just try to test your like problem solving skills under a very short time. Okay, that's the challenge in this exam, and that's the unique thing. So if you get that part of the skill under your bucket, I think rest of the part is just very easy to do, right? So focus on your timing. Okay, Arurima, that's what I would try to advise you. Any other questions?
Yes. So there was one question, where can I give the official mock test? So it is www.snaptest.org. You can attempt the official mock test there. Archit Agarwal asked this question. So I hope it helps, Archit. Also, I would like to recommend that if you guys are working professionals, then maybe you can. And I know that there is a dilemma how to balance the time to study along with work. So you can do this thing. Many people do this thing that you can take a break of like 10 to 7 days before the SNAP exam, and then you can focus and revise all your strong areas to score more. So I think 7 to 10 days would be enough to revise all your strong areas.
Okay. Also, like there was a
Okay. So
question
next.
like which was asked saying that can you give the weightage for a particular topic. Now since like every year, like last year we have seen that predictions do come wrong. Like every year, like arithmetic was a topic where a lot of questions used to come, but then even that prediction failed to be true last year. So to be honest, there is no way to tell which kind of topics will be more and which kind of topics will be less. Okay, like as I said, like the best thing to do is if you have 30 days, you try to target those things which you are 100% confident of answering. Because let me repeat again, this is a 60 marks and 60 minutes exam. You have to be very accurate here, and you have to be very sure about your timing as well. So that can be a strategy, but if you're trying to strategize upon like the predictions of the topics which might come, well, I'm sorry to say that is a bit difficult to predict. Okay, so any other questions?
Okay. Okay, so Vikas Nama is asking how many mocks should I give in the next 30 days? So again, I would like to recommend Vikas, it's not about how many mocks should you give in the next 30 days. It's how much you are analyzing it and how you are strategizing on your weak areas. Like if you are giving mocks and if you are getting stuck in one topic, say for example, arithmetic, and you are consistently getting stuck and consistently losing marks on that topic, then you should either do one of the things, either would go to other strong areas of yours, other strong topics, or else analyze where you are going wrong and how you can work upon it. So it's not about number of mocks now. The game will change according to your strategy. So that's the only recommendation.
Okay, now there is a question by Sarvesh. What are the chances of fresher to enroll through Snap even if you score 90 plus percentile? Alright, cool. So Sarvesh, let me just tell you from my perspective, because even I am a fresher. So how the total evaluation is done for Snap is what you score in the Snap assessment, that is scaled down to 50. Okay, then 10 marks and are taken from your written ability test, 10 marks are taken from your group activity, and 30 marks are taken from your personal interview. This is how total 100 marks are like counted, and then amount of that how much you score, on basis of that you are ranked. So first of all, yes, it does not matter if you are a fresher or a workex. If you have a really good Snap score and if you can justify whatever position or background you come from in your interview, it doesn't matter. Okay, it's basically up to you how you prove your worth in the interview, right? So it can be maybe any particular advantages of being a fresher that you can explain. Maybe you can prepare that way. So it depends on how you prepare your set. Okay, but to answer in short, yes, it doesn't matter at all if you're a fresher or not. Okay.
Okay. So the next question is from Arunima Sharma. How to analyze the mocks? So we would recommend for any mock that you give, take a paper and pen and do frame all the topics in a tabular form. Like for example, you can have one page for verbal, one page for LR, and the other one for quant. So list down all the topics, all the important topics that you might have seen in your mocks, and make a table and write in front of it how many questions you were able to attempt and how many questions you did not attempt it well. So what you can do is you can get to know your flow of attempting the questions, as well as how much you are growing from the previous mocks. So analyze those wrong mock questions and then resolve it maybe the other day, and do write all the formulas in one separate booklet, and try to revise them whenever you get some time.
Okay,
So I
so
think we can take the next question.
yeah, like some questions I'll just answer again for the people who joined again. So guys, there is no sectional cutoff. Okay, and the second question, which is that you can switch between sections while answering the final exam. All right, so just
Okay.
repeating this again for
Yeah.
people who just joined. All right.
So the next question is from Bhavna Kishore. She's asking, a gap of 4 years is bad. Gap involved in health matter. So no, Bhavna. At the end of the day, it totally depends on how you are telling your story. If it's a genuine reason and you can, cover up your reasons that why there was a gap, then I don't think there would be any problem in the interview.
Okay, Akash uh, is asking, I'm scoring less than 10 in official mocks, how to increase fast? Now see Akash, you have 30 days, right? Now if you're scoring 10 marks, or even if you're scoring less than that, you have to figure out first the sections which are scoring good in. Okay, now that is a strong point. So now after that, you need to figure out the sections which you are finding difficulty solving the questions and also getting a good accuracy, or maybe you're just clueless about them. So if it's either of these three cases, those particular topics you have to highlight, and either you can practice more or you have to know the basis of them, like study them conceptually. Okay, 30 days is a long period to get most of the topics covered, so yes, you have times, and yes, if you do follow these things, your 10 marks can increase. After all, it depends on how well you analyze each and every mock that you give, and if you are improving on the sections that you failed to attempt in the previous mock. So this is a very simple tried and tested strategy which yes does seem to work. Okay, so I hope your mock score increases, and you just got to practice what I've said. Okay, any other questions you can also
Okay.
drop down.
Okay, so there are two questions which I would like to answer one on one. So, what is the cutoff or the call percentile for SIDTM? So, any percentile above 85 will definitely guarantee you a call from SIDTM. Then the other question is, how's SIDTM? So, to give you guys a bit some insights about the institute, I would like to say that we have recently updated our name from SITM to SIDTM. Earlier, it was Symbiosis Institute of Telecom Management, and now it is Symbiosis Institute of Digital and Telecom Management. Now, why? Because since its inception in 1996, SIDTM was in line with the National Telecom Policy of India, and now even government has realized how the telecom industry has, become the technology enabler, and so it has updated its name to National Digital Telecom Communications Policy. Hence, SIDTM also incorporated these changes, and topics like IoT, big data analytics, AI, ML, cybersecurity, risk management are all part of our curriculum now. Hence, this change is not just limited to our name, but it also defines the way SIDTM creates techno managers for the world to rely on.
Okay,
So, I think we can take the next question.
yeah, so there is a question by Baudhyan. how many questions can be expected to be involved with 1 hour, right? So you want to ask basically if there is one reading comprehension passage, how many questions can be asked. So we have seen that from the last years, there are usually 3 to 4 questions which are asked under that. Okay, this can also change this year because the pattern has changed, but usually yes, there are 3 to 4 questions. Okay, now any tips for GD and P? Would you like to take this, Adishri, by Ananya?
Uh, Okay, so for GD, PI, and VAT, so I would again like to reiterate that keep reading books like Animal Farm from by George Orwell, and also be up, as Swaraj also said that keep and have form a habit of reading newspapers and be updated. So questions like the trending technologies can be asked to you, especially after the pandemic. Every industry is switching to the digital domain. So keep your knowledge updated regarding these new technologies that are incoming and how they are impacting the society, not only the technology names, but how they are impacting the society. And along with that, few topics like for example, electric vehicles are a boon or a bane. So such kind of topics are asked in that. So if you are updated with your general knowledge, then I don't think it will be any problem for you to attempt and convert any college.
Also, there is one question saying that can you tell us NMAT versus SNAP? Like, what's a difficult? Like, how can they compare against each other? So, see, NMAT. I can't tell you much about the NMATs. Like, I can do a deep dive into NMAT, but I can tell you one thing that yes, SNAP is just 1 hour, right? While NMAT is 2 hours. Okay, so obviously when you're trying to prepare for NMAT, if you're an aspirant who's been preparing for NMAT and giving mocks, you might be used to answering the exam in 2 hours, and you might be used to solving a particular question in that time frame. Okay, so say if you're giving 2 or 3 minutes, or say 2 minutes per question, then in SNAP that has to change. Okay, whatever the level of difficulty is, the amount of time that you give per question will drastically change. So that's one major change from NMAT to SNAP. Okay, cool.
Okay.
If any other
So
question you can ask.
Swaraj, would you like to take up this question? What are the companies coming for SIDTM?
Yeah, sure. So what we'll do right now, no? So there are many companies which come, and this is actually a very serious question, so we don't want to like mispronounce or give you a partial or complete answer. So we will be dropping a link which will have all the recruiters or the companies which comes. So Itishri, if you can like just drop the link in the chat box.
Sure,
Yeah.
I'll do that. Please do visit the
Yeah.
website, guys, for all the placements and the company
Yeah.
stats. Do visit the website, it's present there.
Okay, so
So
there
we
is a
can take,
question, where can we get previous year's papers by Priyanka Sharma? Okay, now that this is now there are many sources where you can get a particular year's paper, but what I can advise you is as the pattern has changed, it's a bit unadvisable to study according to that time. But what you can do right now is, now what SIDTM is doing is it has its mock series where we combine all the questions which have been asked in the previous years of SNAP, and we also accommodate those questions according to the new pattern, and we give free mocks to our students. So if you are looking for preparation and you are looking for questions which are coming from the last years, please do sign up. Okay, Yatishri, if you can also like send a link for the mock registration,
sure,
that would be
sure,
cool as well. Okay
absolutely.
guys, yeah, so anyone who wants any practice regarding the question papers from last year, or want to practice or want to give another mock, you can do sign up for the link which Itishri might be dropping. All right.
Okay. So I'll take up the next question.
Hmm.
Kapil is asking, is SIDTM a good choice for a hospitality and hotel management graduate? And what type of jobs are offered? So yes, Kapil, definitely we have candidates who are from this particular domain. So just to give you a glimpse, we have around 16 to 20% of people from other domains apart from the engineering background, and also we have a diversity of 60 to 40% male and female ratio, and more than 50% of freshers, and around 17% 1 to 2 years of experience, and also above 2 year experience around 12%. So I hope it clarifies your doubt. And the profiles offered, it depends on which domain you want to go in, like which specialization you are opting for. Example, if you want analytics domain, then maybe profiles like analyst could be good for you. And accordingly, if you want to go for marketing specialization, then accordingly you can get positions of maybe market research, etc. So yes, we can take the next question, Swaraj.
Yeah. So any, what should be the target? Okay, so there's another question by Purva Sharma. She wants to know like any tips for GDPI and BAT. So like since it is since you already answered, like do you want to take this question again? Or
Tips regarding G pivot, right?
mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. So yes, so already I have answered this question, but again I would like to reiterate. Just keep your general knowledge updated. Read as many good sources as possible, like Economic Times, and what actually is going on with Indian economy. Because if you jot down all the stats and figures about maybe the GDP, then you will get an edge over the other candidates that would be sitting there with no stats. So try to be as quantitative as possible, and also keep your knowledge updated regarding what new technologies are going on. Since I already stated that nowadays now industries are transforming their every platform toward transforming their businesses to a digital platform. Hence, you should know about all the trending technologies and how they are getting used in every domain, in every organization.
Okay. Any other question, guys?
So
We will be like
Dushyant is asking, is SIDTM a good choice for finance, for a career in finance? So yes, SIDTM has a dual specialization advantage, wherein with every specialization, be it analytics, be it marketing, be it systems, you have a minor for finance. So it's actually a good choice for people who are looking for a career in finance.
okay, guys. Let me just take some questions. So there are many questions which are regarding the dates. So Shubham Pawar is asking, is 20th November last date to apply for various Symbiosis colleges, or can we do it later? Okay, see, listen. So Shubham, 20th November is the last date for SNAP exam registration. Okay, now college registration depends on different colleges and can be on a different date. Okay, so if you are, so the colleges which you are interested to join, you have to check their website. Okay, and under the dates tab you have to see which date their registration closes on. Okay, I hope I answered your question. Let me check. So safe score for SI. Okay, guys, for those who have joined new, let me just clear. So see, the thing is, now I understand that having a particular score in mind does help preparing for mocks and does also like give you a bit of a assurance when you're studying for snap. But the problem is that snap is a percentile based examination, right? So it depends on the level of difficulty what a particular cutoff will be, and what marks can be good score or what marks can be a bad score. So you, and even though even this year the pattern has also changed, so there is like it's almost impossible to even predict what a good score or good cutoff can be. So the only, like, the smartest thing to do right now is to aim for the highest marks that you can get. Okay guys, we will be closing the session in some time, like we'll try to close it at 8 o'clock. So if there are any more queries, please do rally. How many?
Okay, so there is one query, Suraj, I would like to go for. It's from Nikita. I have 3+ years of experience in IT industry. Will it be an issue? I mean, for getting a call plus placements. Okay. So at SIDTM, you need not to worry. If you create a very strong profile during your GD PIs, then it's not at all a problem. Actually, it will be an advantage if you have a good profile. Be your profile can be diverse. You can be socially active. You can be like good. You should be having some of the other achievements that you can portray in front of the interviewer, and also you can state all the achievements that you might have during your corporate life. So yeah, so it won't be an issue as long as you tell your story precisely.
Okay, so Shubham wants to ask, are there any student exchange programs, India International, in Symbiosis colleges? Yes, Shubham, every year we do have international programs, and also a semester which is done in the foreign school. So if you want specific details regarding that, we will be dropping a link for that as well. Okay, so Itishri, can you drop a link?
Actually, I'm trying to, yes, I'll drop the link. Okay, you can go ahead with the next question, Swaraj.
Okay, cool. So I guess that's all. Okay, any more new questions? Okay, what will be the total candidates for Snap? Sorry Shivam, we actually cannot answer that because even we don't know like the total amount of candidates which are appearing. uh, does Okay, any more questions? Have books for Snap? Itishri, can you take any advice for this?
Sure. So rather than now going for books, there are n number of books like Arun Sharma, Sarvesh Verma, etc. R.S. Agarwal. But then now is not the, again like to reiterate, now is not the time, to pick up some new topics. At least for Snap, try to solve whatever material you have. Try to solve, for example, in quant section till level 1 at least, so that your basics are clear. Because if at all you get very basic question in Snap, then you can attempt it within seconds. So I would like to reiterate that do work upon your strategies now. Don't pick up any new topics in such few days, and try to get more positives than negatives. That should be your strategy.
Okay, any other new questions?
So I'm dropping a link for the website.
Yeah. Okay guys, I think we have to wrap up right now. Let me just like tell you, everyone who joined and everyone who are live right now, it was an amazing session to interact with you people. Okay, and I hope we have solved the maximum amount of queries. Those queries which are not solved, you can always drop it in the comment section after the video and we will address every one of them. Also, if you guys want any practice regarding mocks or preparation materials, or you want to attempt previous year paper, please do join the link that we will be dropping for mocks. Alright, that's dropped too, right, Itishri? The mocks link?
Yes, I'll just check once. Okay, Swaraj?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So
Yeah,
I think we had a very nice audience today,
mm-hmm.
and I hope we were able to clarify most of your doubts. And we'll be dropping the links very soon. So good luck for Snap, everybody.
Yeah guys, best of luck, study well and don't take any tension. 30 days is an adequate time. Prepare your timetable accordingly and study and focus on your studies. Okay, don't think of anything much, and best of luck for Snap. Alright, have a good day ahead guys. Hope to see you all again.